ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wunu, your weekly Universal news and updates. If you already know, I make weekly edits of all of the news and changes in the Universal Orlando theme parks, but you did not click on this video for an intro, so let's talk Universal. As of this week, Halloween Horror Nights 30 has been confirmed. However, it was not officially announced by Universal, so how do we know this? Well, people who auditioned and became scare actors were recently told what mazes or scare zones they will be working in. Obviously, if the event were canceled, these people would not be told this information, as there would not be any houses or scare zones for them to act in the first place. Plus, to back all of this up even further, Universal added a message on the Halloween Horror Nights website that states that Universal will continue to follow the CDC guidelines and the recommendations of local health and safety officials for operations of Halloween Horror Nights this fall. Even though this statement doesn't tell us much on what will be different from previous years due to COVID-19, it does tell us two things. The event will be happening, and the event will have extra precautions. But not only was something added to the website, something was also removed. The blurb on the Express Pass is no longer found on the Halloween Horror Nights website. We have no idea if this is just a mistake and Express Pass will still be happening, but it does bring the chance that it might not come to Halloween Horror Nights this year. On this one, we'll just have to wait to find out. But that's not all. We still have on Halloween Horror Nights, as for this update, you can actually move into the parks to see. Fear Factor has now covered their sign in a large black box, which is usually a nod toward construction on the stadium in order to theme it for the Halloween show. But that's not all. Over there's also a small sign that has appeared down on the ground. Originally, the sign straight up stated that the area was being prepared for Halloween Horror Nights, but was later changed to state that Fear Factor would not be in production. Hopefully there will be a show this year, as all of the Halloween Horror Nights shows are amazing, whether it's Bill and Ted's, Jack the Clown, or Academy of Villains. So turning away from jump scares and monsters, let's take a look at something that looks just as scary but in a much different way, the Velocicoaster. Finally, after watching this thing be built for 5 weeks, the top hat has been completed, and boy, does it look awesome. But not only does this thing change the look of the entire skyline of Universal, it actually raises it. The top hat is actually the tallest point of the park and just makes the entire thing look that much more amazing. But with the top hat installed, also came a flag tied to the top of it. Even though this seems like a small detail, something I noticed about the flag is that it has a Jurassic World logo on it, matching with the color scheme of the tower that they installed last week, and the other Jurassic World logos found around the construction walls. I think it's quite a possibility this is going to be a Jurassic World themed coaster and not a Jurassic Park themed coaster. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but it seems this is where this is going. As for any construction on the buildings at the bottom of the coaster, I'm sure they have been working on it, but it is quite honestly hard to tell what is new on a week-to-week basis with how much is going on at the bottom of the ride. So, leaving the parks, we now have an update on something that there isn't much news on at the moment. Universal's new under-construction theme park, Epic Universe. Building construction has been stopped on Epic Universe for months now, and it is still not resumed, so there is no glorifying the construction site as it is still just a giant pile of dirt. This has more to do with what they will be doing when construction does resume. Universal sealed a deal with Orange County that in order to move a wastewater pipe, Orange County would split the cost with them, which resulted in Orange County giving Universal up to $5 million, with Universal willing to spend up to $14 million to move the pipe. Disappointingly, though, that's all that we have on Epic Universe this week. However, back to the parks that are actually open, we have 2 areas' birthdays this week. Diagon Alley from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter has turned 6 years old, and A Day in the Park with Barney is turning 25, so we can dance a little jig and raise a glass of butterbeer to 2 amazing areas of the studio park. To continue this game of leaving and returning to the parks, we have our next update, which will only really help the annual pass members. Even though no further details have been said, it was recently announced that Universal Orlando Passholder Appreciation Days will be August 10th through September 30th. Now, even though that's everything major I could find in the parks, that doesn't mean I didn't find small things. So what small things did I find this week? Well, in Seuss Landing, there's a new cupcake for sale. It's a chocolate cupcake with a marshmallow on the top to look like a Cat in the hat. Oh boy, I cannot wait to try that. Also, in Seuss Landing, new ad boards have gone up for Goose Juice, Moose Juice, and Green Eggs and Ham, showing off their jumbo pizza slices and the Green Eggs and Ham's newly added bacon cheeseburger platter. Leaving Island phones and going to the studios, the pharmacy reopened. So if you're in the mood to get some Ben & Jerry's while trying to get on Bourne or into the annual pass holder lounge, keep that in mind. So that's all that I could find this week. Wow, was there a lot that happened this week, though. Halloween Horror Nights confirmed, the top hat is up, and Epic Universe is moving along. It's all coming together. Anyways, I have to stop talking at some point so I can edit and upload this video. So with all that said and done, this is Wuno, signing off.